Hello, everyone, and welcome to Petite to Queen's Claim Your Career Crown podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our special guest, Arman Ananian. And today we are going to talk about 3 low-hanging strategies that you can implement in your advertising to get the most bang out of your buck. And I want to tell you a little bit about Arman. And I've had the pleasure of knowing Arman for at least 6 months, and we've really connected on so many levels. He is the founder of ARV Media, an innovative and professional online ad agency. So he has had the chance to work for some of the biggest names in online marketing, such as Frank Kern and Grant Cardone. And, when he was there, Arman built ads for more than 200 companies and acquired top-level know-how on online advertising strategies. And that is what he's been doing in addition to running ARV Media. So Arman also wrote an ebook, How to Get Exceptional Results on Your Advertising Campaigns. And this is going to be such a great conversation. Arman, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lynn.
All right. Before we get started, for anyone who's joining us for that first time, take a moment and hit subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts, and then you'll be able to tune in to Claim Your Career Crown every week. And if you love the show, I would certainly appreciate it if you would give us a 5-star review. All right, so let's get going, Arman, and I'd love to hear a little bit more about, because it's just a fascinating story, the people that you've worked with, of how you got into advertising, what's the journey been like, and how you decided to start ARV Media.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn. So basically I started doing ads for myself. That was around 2016. Doing ads for myself, had a little thing going on, nothing serious. And that continued, did some freelancing, et cetera, until I started podcasting, which is something I haven't told in any other podcast. The reality where I got, I guess, the inflection point was by doing podcasting. I met someone that ended up inviting me to join the Grant Cardone and Frank Kern's team, thanks to podcasting. And his name was Hernan Vasquez. I just had a call today with him. It's so cool. When you help someone, they help you back. It's an amazing relationship. But the point of that is, doing podcasting got me the relationship, and then from there I started learning and doing business, doing advertising with these big players. So that really propelled everything. That really propelled everything. I started learning from different people. Take into account it was a partnership between Grant Cardone and Frank Kern, very different people. And Frank Kern was marketing, Grant Cardone was sales, but it was life changing. The things I learned about branding and marketing there, literally changed everything. And from there, I went on to, with friends in the same company, we went on to start our own agency. And that was in COVID, right in the beginning of COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. March 2020. And from now on, we're doing our own, advertising agency.
Wow, that is fantastic. That's fantastic, because advertising can be tough and it doesn't always have a high ROI. So why do ad campaigns sometimes have limited success?
Yeah, great question. There is a multiple factors for that. Really, what you have to do is divide and analyze. It's almost like, I like to bring the example of a car. You have to understand, where is it coming from. I like to divide it as before the click and after the click. Okay. Before the clicks means the ad itself, the copy, the creatives, the targeting. And then after the click is basically the landing page, the follow-up sequence, et cetera. Right. So really, it depends for each kind of business, but I think limited ROI usually most of the time comes from poor tracking and then also comes from a poor offer.
Right.
So, and that's both before the click and after the click. So those would be the two things that that produce limited ROI, and once you fix them, your ROI goes exponentially up.
Okay, great. Well, I was taking notes there. If anybody noticed me looking down, this is fantastic. And we sort of started out to talk about that you have 3 strategies that guarantee a bigger bang for your advertising buck. And I know I want to hear about these. So can you describe these 3 low-hanging strategies?
Yeah. So number one is basically related with content creation. Number 2 is right targeting, and number 3 is retargeting. Okay.
Okay.
So with those 3 things, and I can go more in detail, which I know is what you will want me to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to hear how these strategies work and how you came up with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's what happens with usually with agencies. I'll tell you what happens with agencies and where we are a bit different. And that's where, that's where we came up with everything. So number one is a lot of people think that you just need to find the right targeting, et cetera, et cetera. And that is, yes, that is truly part of the component, but also it's creative. So a lot of times it's more important that Lynn, for example, as an end user to promote her business, it's more important for her to start creating content and creating different angles and different hooks. That's more important than the ability to target, because the audiences are very interlaced, right? So if you target entrepreneurs and then you target people who like ClickFunnels and then you target people who like GoToMeeting, whatever that is, very, very interlaced, right? What is the real difference? The real difference is going to be Lynn or you guys listening. So an emphasis on content creation is important, whether it's doing your podcast and using that as branding, etc. There's multiple factors, but number one is content. So the content is once you start focusing on your content, that's going to produce higher results. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2 is targeting. Okay, targeting means a lot of people focus on basic targeting, but there is so much more to targeting. Let me explain. Okay. A lot of people just choose like the generic targeting options, and there's so much more. So for example, let me give you examples. Job titles. Mm-hmm. What job title? Are they CEOs? Who are you looking for? Are they CEOs? Are they salespeople, realtors? What are you looking for? So that's a whole new like level that people not usually go. They go for interest. Interest is like something very generic, but go for like that actual specific thing. For example, again, job titles. Employers, are they working for someone? Are they putting themselves as small business owners, or I own my own business, right? And stuff like that. And then number 3 is behaviors. Okay, so into this targeting thing, there is behaviors. Okay, behaviors is basically, do they usually buy a lot like me? Are they clickers where are they window shoppers, right? Those behaviors, Facebook and all these platforms, they have them labeled. Okay, so you can see that all of a sudden it's not just targeting entrepreneurs, or it's not just targeting the people you want, it's targeting behavior, it's targeting job titles, et cetera, et cetera. So that's number 2. And once you work on targeting those, you're gonna get a higher return. And then number 3, low-hanging fruit, again, is retargeting. For people listening, I've realized this after talking to a bunch of people. Usually, you don't like the people listening don't have the time or energy to set up a retargeting campaign, but it's important to do it. Okay, so you can outsource it. Doesn't matter. The point of a retargeting campaign is, let's bring back Lynn as an example. People check her website constantly and they want to do business with them constantly, but you want to be top of mind of your prospects until they close. And you could have an extra 20% of sales just because you stay on their face for 30 days and all of a sudden magically, quote unquote, they call you back or they reach back. But it's not magically. It's because they've been seeing your face for 30 days, following you around the internet, following you around Facebook, following you around Google, YouTube, whatever that is. So those would be the three things.
All right. Well, that's terrific. That makes a lot of sense too. Now, let's sort of talk about your book, which is great. It's How to Get Exceptional Results on Your Advertising Campaigns. And, would you share what's the most important takeaways that someone can get if they go ahead and pick up that ebook?
Yeah, so I have it right here, and the answer, Lynn, is it's a process. What I like about the book is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that's how I am as a person. And if you just go, so again, this book, I divide everything before the click and after the click. So what's not working for you? For example, oh, great. Well, I am getting clicks, but I don't know why people are not buying. Okay, scroll down, go to the part where it talks about website conversions. What things you can do to increase website conversions? So funny, but for example, for e-commerce or for live chat, having a live chat, like for e-commerce or SaaS software, having a live chat, it sounds so simple, but if you add a live chat when something is broken, people can text you, people can tell you stuff. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. Having a tool like Hotjar, which what it basically does is records what visitors do on your site. Okay, so you can understand where people are browsing, what people are clicking, and adjust. Okay, so it's honestly it's a resource for you to self-assess and improve your current marketing and to get it to a better place.
Yeah. All right. That sounds brilliant. You've just packed so much in such a short period of time. What are any kind of final thoughts or tips you would like to share with our listeners so that they can really, bust out and get some real traction on their advertising and marketing?
Yeah, great question, Lynn. I think they should download. Here's what they should do, and I'm challenging your listeners to do this. Download the ebook; it's free.
Okay.
Act on something and get back to me. Okay, and say, hey, Arman, I've tried this. It doesn't work. You suck. Or it does work. It does work. Now, what do I do next? Right? That's the best piece of advice I can get you guys. Just pick something that I just said, test it out, and then either just go to my website, message us, or we'll give more ways to reach me out. But let us know how it went, and we'd be happy to point you to the right direction.
Yeah. So, quick question on the book. Is it for somebody who's like a novice at advertising, who's maybe never advertised before or has only dabbled in the advertising and maybe had not had good luck? I mean, how would you describe that would help them?
Yeah, that's a great question, Lynn. So this book really applies to anyone. Here's why. It covers all the aspects of the cycle, starting from making better ads to making better landing pages. So whether you're starting from scratch and you want to get a better baseline than just figuring things out, or you currently have something going and you want to see how to plug the holes that you have, it's both for both of the audiences, basically.
All right. That's terrific. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything you've done, including these 3 strategies that will bring the greatest ROI to your advertising campaigns. And and then let's talk about how people can find out more about you, Arman, and where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. To claim the ebook, they can go to rfmedia.com/ebook. Okay, they'll be able to go there. And then for anything else you guys want to reach out to us, go to rfmedia.com. It's our website. You can get in touch with us. Yeah, we'll go from there.
All right, perfect. And I'll make sure that we include those links below so they are just a click away, along with all of Arman's additional social handles, etc. So you've got those. And thank you again. This has been such an informative discussion. And for any of and everyone who's joined us today. I want to thank you as well. If you have ideas that you'd like to share, you can leave us a comment down below in the comment section. You can reach out to Arman directly, as he said. We love, both of us love hearing your thoughts. And if you have a question or would like to suggest a topic for discussion, you can email us at jointheconversation@petitetoqueen.com. And of course, to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, and incredible episodes like the one today, you can sign up for our weekly Wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. Thank you for listening. And Arman, thank you so much for being here today.
Great being here. Thank you so much, Lynn.